Welcome to Basic Online Searches for Genealogy. This installment is on catalog searches. The previous installment was on searching on Google using string searches. The third and last installment, following this one, will be on wiki searches. There are three basic types of online searches: a string search or Google search, a catalog search, and a wiki search. Each of these types of searches is completely different than the others and requires a different set of skills. In this video, I will be focusing on catalog searches. You may wish to watch all three of these search videos in order to understand the differences between the various methods of searching online. One reason why catalog searches are different than searching generally on Google is that Google does not search most catalogs. Online catalog databases are maintained by individual record repository locations around the world. Many of these are library catalogs adapted directly from the old 3x5 card files shown in this picture. When the old card catalogs were adapted for online use, for the most part, the structure of the catalog and its content were simply transferred to an online database. For this reason, a search online catalog in an online catalog is very similar to the process used before the catalogs were put online. Because these catalogs are for the most part closed to Google searches, in order to find anything in the catalog, you will need to adapt your previous library skills to the online database or learn new skills. Most record repositories and libraries catalog their materials, including books and other documents, by subject. They are also arranged on the shelves according to subject. The order of these items on the shelves is usually based on either the author or the title of the material within each subject heading. Of course, in libraries, different subject areas are physically separated. When searching online in a catalog, the user must still be aware of the subject divisions. Catalogs are basically finding aids. They do not include the entire contents of the book or other document. Catalogs are arranged alphanumerically by author and title. Although automated by the computer program, searching the catalog is essentially an analog or a model of a physical search of a paper catalog. For this reason, searching in a catalog involves either searching for something that you already know and want to see if it's in the catalog, or searching for something you do not know and simply want to find out if the catalog has any items that may answer your questions. It's important also to understand that catalog entries are not a representation of the way the books are shelved. Most shelving systems, such as the Dewey Decimal System, organize books on the shelves in general categories and then by author and title. Catalogs, both paper and online, facilitate finding books in a physical library or repository. As I mentioned, the catalog does not contain the entire contents of the book or other material. As such, the catalog does not answer your question. It merely provides a resource that may answer your question. All catalog systems are somewhat arbitrary. The cataloger must examine the material and assign the subject or list of subjects. For this reason, books on the same subject can be found in different parts of a library. Likewise, when you're searching in an online catalog, you may very well find books or other materials about the same subject that have been cataloged differently. The best way to learn a library is to walk the stacks. This means walk up and down the bookshelves to become familiar with the contents of the library. Unfortunately, there is no practical way to walk the stacks in an online catalog. This places a much greater burden on the user to become familiar with the subject headings that may apply to any particular question being researched. This type of knowledge can only come through experience and searching in catalogs. This means that genealogy books may be in many different parts of a catalog under many different subject headings. It may be difficult to come up with search terms that ferret out the information that you're trying to find in the catalog. Cataloging is an art, and because it's an art, you'll have to learn to guess what catalog categories may apply to your own research. In very large libraries and repositories, you can never be quite sure that you've searched all the potential sources. In searching online, it helps to vary your searches with different categories or subjects. Genealogy fits in a number of different categories or subject headings. Now we'll take a look at the largest online catalog, WorldCat.org. WorldCat is the largest online catalog in the world, and probably the largest catalog in the world in any format. WorldCat has over 2 billion catalog entries. You can search for every word in the name of the author, publisher, or title of the material. Searching by subject heading on the WorldCat will usually give you a selection of books on that subject. The good news is there'll be, in some cases, very long lists of books for you to consult, and the bad news is that this is a catalog of catalogs around the world, and those books may be scattered in different libraries all around the world. When you search and enter your zip code, WorldCat will show you the closest library to your zip code location. You may wish to spend some time getting to know the operating features of this vast catalog, of the WorldCat catalog. Now we're going to turn to the FamilySearch.org catalog. This is obviously not as large a scope as WorldCat, but it does contain all the materials and the contents of the Family History Library in Salt Lake City, Utah. It also includes larger Family History Center collections from around the world. To search in the Family Search catalog, you can select to search by place, surname, title, author, subject, and keywords. You can also search by call number and film or fiche number. The advantage of knowing that call number or film or fiche number is kind of dependent on the degree to which you have done research in the catalog. If you've written down a list of film numbers and want to find out if they are available, then you can search by the film number. Call numbers are specific to the Family History Library, and unless you happen to want to go back and look for a book that's already been cataloged, the call number is not too useful. Searching by place is by far the most useful part of this particular catalog. What we learn is that searching by place is most effective because most genealogically related records are associated with the place where the event occurred in your ancestor's life. For example, here I could start a search by typing the word England, The catalog will then give a list of all of the records that would be available within England. Next, you could select a place to be given the option of all the places, and these are the counties within England. If you select a county, you're also given an option to select a place within that county. When you select a place within a county, in England you're given a list of all of the parishes within that county that have records in the family history library or in the other associated family history centers. You can then further select a place within a particular county. In this case, I would select Ramsey in Huntingdonshire County, and I would be given a list of all of the resources in the library for Ramsey. Each of those categories has a number, and the number after it is the number of items in that particular category. Now, with a catalog, you have to know the specific place an event occurred, the nation, the state, the province, the county, the parish, etc., down to a very specific area. If you choose to look at the nation, then all the records of that are classified at the national level will appear. If you go to the state, you'll receive a list of state records in the library that that apply primarily to state level records, and so forth, to county and parish. These are not repetitious of the records in the bigger categories, except there is some overlap. To be effective, you have to search all the records that apply to the place and time that an event in your ancestor's life occurred. So, for example, if you were looking for a birth record, you would search on the national level for census records, military records, anything that pertained to the national level. On the state level, you would search for records kept on the state level. In the United States, those would be birth and death records. And on the county level, in the United States, you would see marriage and land and property records. Lower level records such as municipalities, towns, parishes, and other would be limited to those records made available in those particular locations. Searching is a skill, and it's learned by repetition. It is absolutely necessary to practice, 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 and practice some more. The more you search, the better you will become at finding the things that you're interested in finding online. But it does certainly help to realize that there are different methods of searching depending on the type of records and items that you're looking for, whether they're generally out on the web, whether they're in a catalog, in a library or other repository, or, as we'll see in the next installment, in a wiki. Thanks for watching. You may want to subscribe to the Brigham Young University Family History Library YouTube channel. You simply go to the channel and click the subscribe button. You're also invited to watch the next video on searching in wikis.